All right, everybody. I know you saw me earlier today, but I did want to get to this here. And as you can get in there, 500 miles today on the way home. So I did just want to kind of do a little bit of a 500 review on the bike, and just so everybody can kind of get an idea. If you are thinking about picking up one of these, I highly suggest it. Also, I was not a dual sport guy. I wasn't into them. Somebody just kind of said, hey, why don't you look at these things? I was thinking about just picking up a dirt bike, just something I could ride with my son out in the woods, dirt roads, you know, just the light stuff. And they said, why don't you look at a dual sport? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be one of those guys. But there she is. And you know what? I kind of picked it up, didn't even test ride it. Didn't test ride one at a dealer. I actually had to put a deposit down to get one coming, and I didn't even ride it when it showed up. I just threw it in the back of my truck, took it home. Huge, I don't know, credit to Kawasaki. I mean, they did a good job. That's a great bike. On-road characteristics are absolutely flawless. I commute on that thing over 35 miles one way to work, so 60 something miles a day when I'm riding it. I have no complaints. It is all highway, most of it. I do have some stoplights, but most of that's all highway running, and 55 to 65 miles an hour, some 70. I will say, when it was stock, it didn't, it did 70, but it was working. It seemed like struggling anyways. Now that we've got the stuff done, the pipe, the snorkel out of the airbox, and the EJK, with the settings that I have on it now, 65 is nothing. It sits there and just screams right along. I shouldn't say screams, hums along at 7,000 RPM. Nothing wrong with that at all. It does it flawlessly. I had actually jumped on the freeway today and rode, I don't know, a good 5 miles or something on the freeway, 70 mile an hour freeway. No problem. I had to go around a couple people. I just left it in 6, rolled on the throttle, and went around them. It wasn't a big deal. I mean, I know before I talked about, there's a video out there of me doing kind of a speed run. Did have all my gear on, did have a headwind in it, but it was, you know, upper 70s is all I got out of it. Now, you know, mid to upper 80s is pretty easy out of it. So opening it up made a huge difference. I really hope these guys get that fuel controller on the market pretty soon, because I would love to see everybody else's input on it, on what they think of it. That's kind of a little brief on that. I'm probably going to put a little bit different tires on it, maybe something, I don't know, maybe a little bit more street bias, just because I do a lot of commuting on it. Not because that's my only bike, but I'm just loving that bike that much, that it is that much fun to ride. Also, I would highly recommend that bike for anybody that is getting into riding, maybe hasn't had a bike or anything in the past, wants something that's easy to ride. I would definitely recommend that thing. That is the 21 KLX300. Super easy to ride, very beginner friendly. That is definitely something to look at. Put that on your list if that is something that you're looking at getting into. I'm actually going to get my brother to take a look at one of these. He is going to be a new rider, and I really think that he would enjoy this. It has plenty of power, and there is, oh, excuse me guys, I'm moving my phone here. Definitely not lacking in a department for a beginner friendly bike. It is definitely has plenty of power. So we'll just kind of do a nice little and they got a nice cool display, easy to read. Vibration wise, there isn't very many. It does pretty good. I do feel a little bit of vibration in the seat, but it is not overwhelming, nothing like that. Foot pegs, I do get a little bit of vibration if I am, let's say, cruising somewhere in the 75 mark, so that's 7,500 range, 8,000. I do start to get a little bit of a vibration in the pegs. Really don't feel anything in the handlebars, which is what I was surprised about, unless you've really just got it wrapped out 8, 9, 10 grand somewhere up there. But that's short-lived. You're not up there very long, so it doesn't make any difference. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely think it's a flawless bike for a single. I'm impressed. That's my first single. I've got a couple other bikes that are not 600 4-cylinder, V-Rod Harley, and a Yamaha V-Star 250, which is a V-twin 250. All smooth bikes, or all smooth for what they are. But that I'm highly surprised on how it is being a single. I thought a big thumper, it's not big, seems big, sounds big, would be obnoxious, pain in the butt to ride. You wouldn't like it. So I'm pretty stoked with that. But I would say, as far as maybe upgrades or anything goes, I don't know, maybe what else I would do. Maybe some skid plates, crash bars maybe for the front. Tell me what you guys think about that. There's a company I've been looking at, maybe T-Rex Racing. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about those. But think about putting those on. Get a skid plate on it, some case guards on it. See how that goes. But give me your guys' input on that. Tell me what you think. I will have some more stuff coming out here shortly, hopefully, on a little bit of a riding with the exhaust on it. But I did hit the 500 mark. Wanted to give everybody a review on how that was. Sorry, this is kind of a little impromptu. I just grabbed my phone for this one, but I'll give you a close-up here of the pipe. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. But there it is, guys. I haven't adjusted the rear suspension a whole lot yet, but that's kind of next on my list. Got to get a spanner. I don't want to do it with a screwdriver. I know you can, but I'd prefer to do it the correct way. So got a buddy that works on bikes. I'm gonna get a spanner from him, get that thing adjusted. It's just a little soft for me when I got all my gear on. Might be okay out in the woods, maybe, but I'm tuning it a little bit more for the street, just because that's what I do with it mostly. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Yeah, there she is.